Hi everyone, thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Yari Negri and I'll walk you through our webinar today. Today's webinar is specifically designed for CardioLog partners as well as system integrators, consultants, and other organizations who work with SharePoint and are interested in learning more about the Intlock partner program and specifically about the new CardioLog free edition that we've launched for all of our partners to really be able to provide a free and compelling web analytics tool for their SharePoint customers. Today's webinar will start out with a short slide deck to give you a little bit of background, first of all about the company, but also about the free edition and how you can benefit from providing it for your customers. And then we'll spend some time during the webinar to also demonstrate what the free edition can do and exactly how you can use it and share it with your customers. So about Intlock, we've been around since 2005 and for the past 8 years have been focused on web analytics designed specifically for SharePoint environments. And to jump right into things, we'll talk about some of the benefits that this can provide. So first of all, you can be the focal point of providing better synergy for your customers' SharePoint portals. You're able to provide your customers with a comprehensive web analytics tool designed for SharePoint, but also completely for free. And of course, we'll also show how you can help your customers engage with their users to understand what their pain points are and how you can make those users happier and give them the tools they need within the portal. At Intlock, we have over 150 enterprise customers throughout the globe and over 5,000 smaller organizations using our free edition. We see 3 pillars at Intlock. These 3 pillars are what we based CardioLog on. The first pillar is monitoring the actual usage of our environment. The second pillar is to be able to engage with users and really ask them for their pain points, ask them if they're able to find the content they're looking for, and so forth, really engage with our employees and users. And then the third pillar here, based on the first 2, is to be able to enhance and optimize our portal. So based on the first 2 pillars, if we can learn what our users' pain points are, if we can learn what content users don't need or what's most popular or who's not using the portal, we can go back and enhance or make our portal that much better. So a 3-step plan here with the end goal of constantly improving and building stronger environments. As I mentioned, we'll focus today's webinar around the CardioLog free edition, which can monitor up to 250,000 page views per month. The free edition has been designed for all versions of portals, whether if that's an intranet over on the left, an extranet in the middle, or a public-facing website on the right-hand side. Our tool is designed for all 3 environments. So regardless of how your customers are using SharePoint, we can really adapt and provide tools for these different environments. And going into more detail about the free edition, first of all, it's completely for free. It's not limited with time, and it includes collaboration engagement and web analytics tools all built into a single free platform. The free edition can also support all versions of SharePoint. So regardless if your customers are still on MOS 2007, 2010, or already using SharePoint Online, Office 365, or 2013, we can monitor all these environments with that free version. If your customers grow out of the free edition and really need more of the commercial tools, it's a very seamless and easy upgrade from the free version to the enterprise edition of our product. Of course, because this tool is built for SharePoint, it's a very quick and easy installation. Some of the benefits of the solution: there are many out-of-the-box reports that you can choose from for your dashboards, and we'll see some of them throughout the demonstration in just a few minutes. Next, you can actually display all the metrics through SharePoint web parts. For example, you can see real-time information. You can drill down onto specific users and other content within the dashboards. And of course, we collect all the data with JavaScript tracking technology as well. So all of those features are all rolled into that free edition that you can deploy for your customers. I talked about the second step, or that second pillar, which was engaging with users, not only tracking what they're doing like you would find with most web analytics tool, but here we can also really fully engage with our end users to actually see what their needs are, what they're missing in the portal, and so forth. So here on the bottom right, you can see some of these surveys, and again, we'll show this in a little more details during the demonstration. And here you can actually ask the questions you want. You can get feedback from your users in real time as they browse the SharePoint portal. And again, the idea is to really be able to engage with our users and get the real-time feedback from them. And here I see a few examples for the engagement tools. So first of all, you can have the message bar appear at the top of the screen. So if you want to have an announcement or tell your employees about new applications within the portal or new content and so forth, we can have that appear here in the message bar at the top of the screen. Or, as you see here at the bottom of the screen, we can have these surveys appear. So really several ways to engage with users. And then, as I mentioned, we can have the web analytics actually appear as web parts within our pages, within the SharePoint pages. And on top of behavioral targeting, we can also target different content, different pages, web parts, videos, and so forth for different AD groups, different user attributes, and so forth. So again, this engagement tool, the idea is to really be able to engage with your users, with your audience, and collect user feedback as they browse the portal. You can easily implement this tool and, of course, create as many surveys as you'd like, have different surveys for different sites within your environment. We can, of course, provide different surveys for different users based on their AD group and what attributes they have. So on the same page, you can run two surveys, but one for users from your marketing team and the other for users from your sales team. And here we'll go through just a few scenarios of how our customers are currently using the CardioLog free edition. So this is just showing you over the past 12 years how our customers, or not 12 years, sorry, but rather 12 months, how our customers were able to leverage this tool. So first of all, they were able to detect over 15,000 unused sites and subsites. So just imagine how much space those sites take up. No need to actually maintain them if no one is accessing them. So a great way to get rid of content no one needs. We were able to detect over 300,000 unused list items prior to migration. So again, for anyone here who's part of a system integrator and so forth, you know that as is, migration is a very difficult process and time-consuming enough. No need to migrate content that no one needs, so we can very easily identify what content they don't need. Identify top users or users who are not using the portal as much. So for our top user, we can distribute IT knowledge to make them hubs within their departments, and for groups or departments that aren't using the portal as well, we can target with training once we identify which groups have a lower adoption rate. So very easy to create or take actions based on what we learn from these different metrics. Next, you can see here we are able to identify over 1 million orphan documents, locate over 3,000 unused links on the home page. Of course, very vital that on our homepage we have links to content that's most important and most useful for our users. All right, and then just to conclude here with some of the free editions, key advantages. First of all, again, built and designed for SharePoint and compatible with all versions of SharePoint. Next, a full web analytics solution uses JavaScript tracking and doesn't rely on IIS logs, SharePoint log files. Advanced visitor segmentation allows us to connect to Active Directory and SharePoint profiles. Very open solution with its own API, and of course, user engagement, which allows us to engage with our portal users and so forth. So that's a very quick introduction. And then just to conclude here with some of the ways that our partners are able to gain additional revenues. So first of all, we provide commission to all partners for the sale of the commercial edition. There's lots of consulting hours that are needed, whether if it's for the free edition or the commercial edition. And here our partners can generate a lot of revenue through consulting. Oftentimes our customers need customization, so they need help actually building dashboards, using the API, and so forth. Training, we're more than happy when our partners provide training for customers, and everything else like maintenance, development, and integration with other platforms. Again, just some of the many ways that our partners are leveraging this tool and gaining additional revenue streams beyond just the commission. So that's a quick introduction. Let me go ahead and jump right into the demo to walk you through that as well. All right, so here in my browser, let me full screen my browser for you. Here in the browser, you can see the SharePoint demo site, and as I scroll up and down, you can see a survey at the bottom right hand of the screen, and that's part of the second pillar that we talked about, which is user engagement. We can simply have these surveys appear within our SharePoint pages, which allows us to really get feedback from our users in real time. If we jump into the CardioLog user interface, which you can currently see now on my screen, the first tab that I'm showing is called Voice of Customer, and that's where we can actually create and control these different surveys. I'll show you a few more examples here. So here we're asking our users, what did you think about our website? And so forth. Here's another example. We're asking our users, did you find the content you're looking for? Or do you have any feedback about the portal? And again, the idea is to be able to get all this real-time feedback from our users as they browse the actual SharePoint pages. So all these surveys would appear within SharePoint, and we can gain all this feedback all in real time. Now, to create a survey is very, very easy. All I need to do is define the page or pages I want this survey to appear on. Next, I'll define who will view the survey. Is it everyone or just a specific group of users? So here, for example, this can be new visitors, returning users, or it can be different AD groups or based on different user attributes. So I might want to show a survey just for a specific department or specific region, and then actually ask targeted questions to users based on who they are, where they're coming from, and so forth. So that's the second step, who should view the survey. Third step is defining the appearance of the survey, where the survey should appear from, what it will look like. Next step is defining the questions I want to appear in the survey. So you're asking for feedback. You can also ask, here we're asking, did you find what you're looking for? And we have two options here, yes and no, but you can add as many answers as you'd like. And then finally, we'll define what happens after someone submits the survey. We can show them a thank you message. After they submit the survey, we can show them the results their colleague submitted. We can redirect them to a new page in the portal. So if we're asking where to find the content you're looking for and someone says no, we can actually open up a new tab for them with our search or support page to really engage with them and help them find what they're looking for, or open a new survey for them as well. So very easy to create these surveys and several actions we can take based on the user's answers. And I'll show you what one of these survey results looks like as well. All right, so here you can also see the results that we have for our surveys. So that was one of our 3 pillars, how we can actually engage with users and ask them questions we want answered right within our actual SharePoint pages and have them answer them as they browse the SharePoint environment. Now the other pillar was monitoring the actual activity, and that we'll do here in the Report Center. This is where we can actually build dashboards around web analytics. Let's build a dashboard together just to show you how easy it is, but also just how powerful. We'll select New Report. Now we could choose to use a template. You can also create your own templates for your customers. We'll start with a blank report. We'll give our report a name. And we'll define how often we want CardioLog to generate the dashboard. It can be once a day, week, or a month. Let's take once a week, for example. All right, and here's our dashboard. In edit mode, it's blank because we selected a blank report. In order to add the metrics we want, we'll just click here on the Add button and choose from one of these categories, so things like page views, search, visitors, navigation, and so forth. When I hover over the category, I can view all the metrics in that category. And when I hover over a metric, I can specify how I want to view the data as a chart, meter, map, or table. Take the page views chart, for example. So here's a little bit of data for today. It's at a page views list as well. We can move that here to the top right-hand side. We'll set a page views meter. Let's go to the other categories for a moment. Under visitors, a lot of information about our users. So things like the operating system browsers being used by your users, bounce rate, time on site or average visit duration. That's a list of unique users, for example. And we go ahead and change the date range to see a little more data here. All right, so you can see a little more data within our environment. And if I scroll down here a little bit, you can see that we can track both anonymous users as they would be on a public-facing website, but also authenticated users such as Nigel, Belinda, Joyce, and so forth, as they would be on an intranet or extranet where everyone is authenticated. So you can very easily track all the users by their usernames. Next, navigation. We can track how people are moving through the portal with things like previous and next pages. External destinations. If you have links in your site to outside sites, we can track all those external links. Traffic sources, vital for marketers who want to find out how people are finding their SharePoint sites. So things like referring pages, referring blogs, search engines, search phrases, and so forth. We can track all of that here as well. Next category called on-site search. Here we have a lot of information about how people are engaging with the on-site search engine. So things like the on-site searches performed. Let's take the on-site search phrases, for example. I'll add that to our dashboard. We'll move that here to the right-hand side. Here you can see the actual terms being searched for, number of searches for each term, results retrieved, and so forth. The next category is called portal growth, and here, because this tool is built for SharePoint, we not only collect what has been viewed or who's been viewing, but also who's been adding or contributing content and who's been modifying content or which content has been modified as well and how many times. And then other metrics like content size, portal growth, transport inventory, and so forth. So very easy to take a blank dashboard and add the metrics you want to see into this dashboard. I can customize each widget here. If I double click on this chart, for example, I can change the chart title, the chart type from column to bar, pie, line. Let's add values and a legend, for example. So I can change everything about the colors, the backgrounds, the axes, and so forth. In group by, I can compare to previous date ranges. So this week versus last week, for example. And we'll save that. So I can easily customize each widget that you see here. At the top of my dashboard, a few widgets or preferences. First is a date range. I can select a predefined date range like this week, last month, this quarter, or customize that and take 2 dates, for example, or the past X days, past 10 days, past 9 days, as many as you'd like. Next, I can define what areas of the portal I want to report on. So here I can take the entire farm if I want. So you can see I'm taking the entire 2010 farm, or just a site, as I'm doing now, or I can take a few sites. Let's take the Internet Portal and this site on 2013. So I can add a few sites or different sub-sites, even list libraries and list items, like an individual page, a document, an announcement. So you have an individual page as well. I can add all of these to my dashboard to specify what areas of the portal I want to report on. In this case, we'll take the XTech and the Internet Portal for our example. The next filter is users and groups. Here we can search for different AD groups or different users. I can define who will be included or excluded. Here I can exclude a group, so I'll be showing data for all users except for those in the administrator's AD group. And then visitor segments. I can include additional attributes like job title, company name I have here, or other things like region, department, and so forth. Let's hit go to see the data for these 2 sites, XTech and Intranet, and we'll generate our report as well. All right, so you can see our generated dashboard. You can see the title we gave. You can see the sites that we're reporting on. And just above that, you can see a few ways that we can share the data with our colleagues. When we can export to PDF or to CSV for Excel. We can send via email or via distribution list. Let's say I have 6 different owners for these sites. I can just add their email addresses right here. And then once a day, week, or month, CardioLog will automatically distribute the dashboards to these owners. So very, very easy to do that as well. And we can create a web part for SharePoint to actually display all this data right within our SharePoint pages. So very easy to create this dashboard as you saw, and also very easy to share the data with our colleagues. All right, and as promised, we're going to keep this webinar fairly short just to give you an idea of what CardioLog can provide your customers, and of course all the value that is included in this free version of the tool. For everyone who attended or signed up, we'll send a follow-up with A, the recording, B, with the slide deck that we've shown here. And it has several links, as you can see here, so where you can download the free edition, the training program, and really different content and collateral that you might want to review. And then, of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reply to that email, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions or schedule a personal demonstration for your team. We're more than happy to provide that as well. So at this time, I'd like to thank everyone who joined the webinar, and we're happy to answer any questions if you have any. Thanks for joining, everyone, and have a great day.